Hey guys, Cody here with Import Image Racing. Thanks for checking out another video. Today we're going to be installing a Noble drift button on the 2022 WRX. This is very simple, very cheap mod, so I won't take up too much of your time. We'll get right into this. This thing's basically just going to give you a little bit more color or a little bit more styling on the interior of your WRX. Well, we won't call it a drift button for the WRX. We'll call it a ebrake button. So let's go ahead and get into this. So this Noble ebrake button is about as simple as it can get. To install it, all we have to do is remove this factory button on the ebrake. So while this is a very simple process, you are going to have to use some vice grips or pliers to remove your factory button, and in doing that you're probably going to damage it. So you can do a couple things to protect it. You could try and wrap it in a microfiber, or maybe use a piece of rubber in between the vice grips and the button. Today I'm going to try using a little bit of 3M tape. I'm just going to wrap it around the button and then use the vice grips. If that does not work, then I'm just going to use the vice grips and we'll just have to damage the button to remove it. But it's no big deal. It's a pretty cheap thing to replace if for some reason you ever want to go back to stock. So now I pulled a little bit of this 3M tape out. I'm just going to wrap it around this button in hopes of protecting it. And now I'm going to take our vice grips and try to grab onto this, spinning counterclockwise, break it loose.
Oh, you can't see me in there?
Well, the 3M tape trick worked from preventing it to be scratched, but it still put indents in the button. It's a very soft button, so at this rate, I'm just going to use the pliers on the button. And again, just twist counterclockwise. Once you have it removed, you're just going to grab your new Noble drift button, slide that in there, and start tightening it down clockwise. Obviously, you're going to do this one by hand and not with the pliers. And just like that, our ebrake button is installed. It should function completely as normal, and this will be your new button. Now, if you would want to use this as the drift button function, remove your factory spring, then you could use your ebrake without pushing the buttons. And so if you remove your spring out, and then you thread this button on. So maybe you want to take your car out on the dirt tracks, or maybe out on a rally course, or out in the snow, and you want to have a little bit of fun, and you're planning on pulling the e-brake quite a bit. Well, you could always just take your spring out like we just did, reinstall the button without the spring, and now you push your button, drop it down. But watch this. You can lift this up without it locking because that spring isn't pushing the button back out. So when you're going around your corners doing a little bit of snow drifting, or you're out on the dirt and you want to pull your e-brake up a little bit to get that rear end to just kick out just a little bit, you can do that. And then when you are ready to park the car, you can pull it up and actually use your thumb to push up on the button and lock it in place. It's not going to go anywhere, and then when you're ready to go, you push it back down and you can grab it and work it as a normal e-brake, and then simple as that. So of course we have different color options. I just chose to install a blue one in our WRX. However, we will have more color options in the future, as well as some that are already currently on the website. So check that out. I'll leave a link in the description. Well guys, as I said, I'll leave a link in the description where you can get one of those for yourself in any of the colors that we offer right now. But that's going to be it for today's video, guys. I appreciate you checking it out, and we'll see you in the next one.